Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As y'all can tell by the title of today's video, we're going to be breaking down some stuff about 2K24 that a lot of y'all may not have realized. The truth, the reality about, the builder system in 2K24. We're going to talk about shooting as well, how it compares to last year, or I should say, the rest of this 2K23. How 2K24 shooting compares to 2K23 shooting. You guys get the deal. But yeah, we're not going to waste any time. All I do ask that you consider dropping a like, sub to the channel if you're new. Doesn't cost you a cent, but it does help me out a ton. And when you guys do that, you're putting me one step closer to being able to fund, a whole bunch of builds to put out for you guys. So, and being able to fund, just better videos in general. So, doing that, you're basically, you're helping out yourself. You're helping yourself get better content. So, we're not going to waste any time. Let's get into it here. So, first thing we're going to do is we're just going to talk about the builder. Straight away, the reality of the builder is that there's builds have weaknesses this year. This taking a second to load. I'm actually preloading 2K24 right now. If you guys are on Xbox, I don't know if you can do it on PlayStation right now, but if you're on Xbox, make sure you go ahead and start downloading, like preloading it, not just the base game, because you could just be able to do that this morning. So yeah, the pictures might take a second to load because I got that downloading in the background. So if you're on Xbox, like I said, make sure you do that. Check and see if it works on PlayStation as well. Anyways, what we got here. By the way, I took these screenshots from Grinding's build videos. Grinding, he's not in DF anymore. Grinding, simply grinding. You know who that is. Anyways, so as y'all can see right here, he's got a 6'2" point guard. He made his a little bit interesting. He put a 6'8" wingspan on it. But the point of this screenshot is, this is a good build, right? This is a good build. This is not exactly how I would make it. I would make some tweaks to this personally. And I'm gonna make, like I said, I'm gonna make a 6'2" build on Thursday early in the morning. I'm gonna have it out probably within a couple hours of being able to play the game on Thursday because I'm flying to New Zealand, as y'all know. If you know, you know. But main thing here is that this build has weaknesses, right? So and the point of me saying that is that every build has weaknesses. Now, so when you go into the builder on, Thursday or Friday, if you can't go to New Zealand, the reality is you're not going to be able to make your 2K23 build. You're not going to be able to make your 2K22 build or any build really like of similar, I want to say well-roundedness, since at least 2K20, probably closer to 2K19, 2K18 type of builds. There's not those demigods where you do everything exceptionally well because, at first glance, these attributes, this looks relatively similar, and I say relatively similar because, the driving dunk's a little bit high, driving layup's a little bit low, but, like, this is very similar to my, my Jordan Poole build from this year, my revamped one. However, the badges, and I'll show you guys, like, a full graph of, like, the badge requirements or the attribute, height, and, height and attribute requirements for every single badge that I got from JP43 on Twitter. So shout out to him. I'm going to show you guys that in a second. But as we know, the requirements for Golden Hall of Fame badges, especially these S tier badges that are like really good, they're way higher. So the attributes might look similar, but you're not going to be able to, rack up a whole bunch of, different badges in each category like you would in years past with a setup like this. Now obviously, the weakness is the defense. This year is already kind of like this. If you were if you're gonna have 90s in all three of these offensive categories, you probably weren't gonna have very much defense, especially on a 6'2" guard, and especially when you have good physicals like this. So obviously the defense is what sticks out, but I think that one was a no-brainer. What I want to talk about though is the driving layup is a 75. Layups are supposed to be good, and this year, if you're gonna only have 75, you're not gonna be able to take advantage. At least I would assume you're not going to be able to take full advantage of, the buff that layups got. The new features, like the layup meter obviously got a huge buff. So that's just one thing, but that's small. A lot of people don't even take layups, right? How about the mid-range? The mid-range also got a buff. 78, though, you can probably still live. However, 75 pass accuracy. Does that get the job done this year as a point guard? I don't know. This past year, you probably needed an 80 as a point guard. That's what my Jordan Poole build had personally. Now, can you take this down one and get an 80 pass accuracy? Probably, just by the weight of things. But then you lose handles for days. I think you lose speed booster as well. Maybe not. You lose one other one, I think, as well. But if you want that 80 pass accuracy, which doesn't even unlock bronze bailout, you need an 87 pass accuracy. So the point I'm trying to make here, and let's go to the 6.8 build that I screenshotted from grinding. This one also has weaknesses as well, and what those weaknesses are is the speed. Really, obviously tremendous defense, but once again the pass accuracy on a point guard. 64 mid range. I mean, are you comfortable? Like, you got to be able to shoot from the mid range. You don't shoot a ton of shots from there, but if you're wide open in the mid range, this year I was comfortable with the 64 mid range, and we'll talk about why I think shooting is going to be easier. So this is probably fine, but you know, depending on your skill level, are you comfortable with that or not? We got to see. But my point in saying that is, come Thursday, come Friday, when you're making your builds, you got to realize, or when you're watching a build video, whether you're watching my build video, grindings, Joe Knows, whoever, like, every build is going to have weaknesses. So yes, people are going to put out some trash builds. Yes, we all know that they do every year. They do it because they get in there and they spam as many as they can because, if you guys watch them, then they get paid. They're not going to upgrade these builds, or it's just going to be terrible because they're spending 10 minutes on it and trying to crank out as many as possible. But don't look at a build video and be too afraid to tweak it. And I'm gonna be the first one to tell you this. Watch a few build videos. Watch people with different playstyles. See what they're rolling with. Get an idea of what type of things work. How you can balance the builder in different ways. Doesn't mean you have to create anybody's exact same build, but understand that when you take away a build and you go and use it, it's not. You might think the build is trash because it's weak in some areas, but it's really just how the builder is. So don't look at somebody's build videos and say, "Oh, that's trash," or "Oh, this build is not that, this build is that," blah blah blah. Even the builds that are well-rounded like this, good finishing, 90 driving dunk, 78 three-pointer, which, like I said, I think you'll be able to shoot with that. I almost guarantee you'll be able to shoot with that. I don't want to say relatively easily because it depends on your skill level, but like personally, if I was just shooting standstill threes all the time, 78 would be fine. Obviously, that's not how I play, so my builds are going to have a higher than 78 three-pointer, but that's going to be viable. However, 70 pass accuracy, 76 speed with ball, is that, last year, or 2K23 I should say, that worked. Does it work this year with all the different badge requirements? I don't know. Like I said, defense obviously is going to be all around strong. There's no problems here. But 73 acceleration, you know what I'm saying? Like, between the passing for a point guard, I think the 6.8s, the 6.9s are going to be moving slower this year than they were last year. I think this is going to be a good build. Like, I'm not saying it's not. This is definitely going to be a viable, usable build in every game mode. So if you're someone who's looking for a 6.8, but being able to dribble and move as fast as possible is not your biggest concern, this is a good build right here. So, but I'm just saying, don't expect to find a build video. I'm basically telling you, don't waste your time looking for a build video that checks every one of these boxes perfectly, because that's just not how it is anymore, especially and you can't even truly see it just looking at the attributes. I'm going to show you guys the badges now. You can't even truly see it. Gosh, I'm on my Xbox right now, so it's hard. But you can't even truly see it with and you guys can, I mean, I posted this on Twitter, so maybe that's better quality for you guys. It's hard to see right now, but there's a whole bunch of different, you can just see there's a whole bunch of different requirements. A lot of these are gate kept by like 3 different attributes, plus there's a minimum or maximum height, like, on a lot of them. It's crazy. There's a lot of gates to get, especially the Hall of Fame and gold. Like, some of them you have to check 3 boxes plus a height requirement. It's crazy. Like I said, this is on my Twitter, so you can go screenshot it. I got it from JP4 3. As you can see, here's his username right there. So shout out to him for putting that together. He's a real one for that. But like I said, it's crazy, man. You can't, not crazy, I should say. I mean, we've seen this before, pre 2K20 really, but what I'm trying to say is your build's going to be a lot more underpowered, on paper, I should say, because we don't know for sure how easy shooting is going to be. We don't know how, when you get all the right sigs on, how, say silver is going to compare to gold when it comes to speed booster and Hall of Fame and blow by? Is big driver OP? Is ankle breakers back? Is unpluckable good on gold, or do you need Hall of Fame? Killer combos, is that one going to be worth it this year? I mean, obviously it doesn't have to be worth badge points, but what levels of it make a difference? Those are all things we're gonna have to are that remain to be seen. So I'm just telling you right away, you know, ha, I'm giving you like a pre-warning so that you can be ready to go on Thursday and Friday. Understand that you're gonna have to decide how you want to play. Do you want to make tough layups? Because if you do, this is probably not gonna work. Do you want to be a point guard that's able to throw bailout passes? Do sometimes you go up with some shots that you're like, and it's just for fun. It's not to say you're a low IQ player, but do you go up with some shots sometimes where you're like, you're testing the water a little bit and you need to get 12 higher for just bronze bailout? Are you someone that needs that? Are you willing to play on a 6'2" point guard? If you were willing to do that, you probably did it this year. I did it. That had similar defensive stats to this. If you're fast enough, you should be able to stay in front of your man. You're not going to be a great defender at this height. Let's just accept that. Unless you are totally eliminating all of this. But even then, you're only going to be a mediocre defender. So if you're making a 6'2", or you're looking for a 6'2", expect something like this. If the defense does not look something like this, I'm just going to tell you right now, it's probably a waste of attributes. Probably not the greatest build. Not saying it wouldn't work, but I'm just letting you guys know. But yeah, you just got to decide what you want. For me personally, you know how I am. I'm interested in the tough layups. Am I going to be able to get an 84 driving layup this year? No, maybe it's an 80. I want to be able to pass the ball. Am I going to be able to afford bronze bailout? Probably not. Maybe. Just kind of depends on when I can actually tweak the attributes how I feel. And just so you guys know, when I get in there, I'm going to be using the metric system as well to try to get things as precise as I possibly can for you guys. But 75 pass accuracy, I probably want an 80. 83 speed with ball. The dribble styles this year, not like the signature size for anything, but a lot of the dribble styles in 2K23 were gate kept with like a 90 or 92 speed with ball. That's the sort of thing you got to think about. 1 second, Jace. I'll join your party in a sec. But yeah, that's just. And now we're gonna talk about shooting here in a second because I got some clips to compare side by side for you guys. And I'm sure you guys, a lot of you have seen that half court shot. But one thing, that's what I want to touch on really quick while we're in the attributes here, is I didn't get the screenshot while he was on the shooting badges. But with a 92 3-pointer, you're going to be able to get silver limitless range. What does that look like in 2K24? Now, let's go to the clip here. We'll compare. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen this clip. How can I get this bigger? Here we go.
Great contest. This is we're in rhythm. If we would have played this way against
Look at where he shoots that from.
It probably would have been a different story.
That's a 40-footer, 42 feet around there.
Just chins.
And keep in mind, it's been confirmed that this was. Now we don't know what the sliders were like. Was this on Hall of Fame or rookie? I'd assume it's on Hall of Fame because that's what the rec is going to be in the actual game. A lot of people said they felt like the sliders were lower, but if they felt like the sliders were lower and it's on Hall of Fame, the game is going to be a lot easier. But you guys saw where you shot that from. Let me go freeze just so we can see. Okay, so he shoots this from right here. This is not when he shoots it. It's the pump fake, and then he shoots it. But still, you guys get the point. He's a step inside a half court, 40 feet away, green. And this is it's been confirmed that this is with all bronze badges, and he has a 92 3-pointer here. And he couldn't pick a jump shot. Like, there was no jump shot that he could pick. Like, he couldn't customize his jump shot. I don't know who shot this. This is from Hollywood's gameplay, but obviously Hollywood 2K is right there. He greens this with bronze limitless range. Okay, no takeover, looks like his takeover bar is filled up, but it's not activated. He hasn't popped his takeover, and he shoots this, greens it. Shooting's looking relatively easy. Obviously, this is no contest. Usually, if you shoot from out here and there's any sort of contest, unless you're in takeover, like in 23, you're not making it. I don't know how it is in 24 because obviously the contest is totally different, but just something to think about. Now, let me show you mine from 23. This is me with gold limitless range, also a 92 3-pointer, but like I said, gold limitless range and a takeover. Same spot, pretty much the same spot. Maybe half a step closer. I'll try to pause it here so I can get the exact spot for you guys. Right there. Okay, yeah. So my player indicator, yeah. Okay, we might be half a step closer, but you guys get the gist. Half a step closer. Limitless range, 92 3-pointer, limitless range takeover, excuse me, gold limitless badge, and 92 3-pointer with my own jump shot that I've personalized that I feel like is like this best possible jump shot of all 2K23 that I finally settled on after months of, you know, testing out different jump shots, and I can hit this shot, right? Shooting is, I don't care what the sliders are on. That just him being able to hit this. Now it might be harder to hit on
we're in rhythm.
on
this way
higher sliders if this is not Hall of Fame. However, you know, even if it's on rookie, that means he's able to hit this. If he couldn't hit this period with a like at all with a say bronze limitless range and a 92 3-pointer, it wouldn't, you know, it wouldn't go in even on rookie. But he timed it up. The green window for it might be smaller, but you know, if you're someone who feels confident timing your jump shot, maybe you can settle for, like I said, a 92 3-pointer. Just something to think about. So that's the gist of this video. We're gonna have to test things out and find out. Be prepared to have a, just let this be a fair warning. Have a play style in mind. What do you want to play like in 2K24? Because you're gonna have to pick and choose. Are you someone who's gonna be a lockdown? Because obviously this build is not for you. You know, a 6'8" is more your style. Are you someone who's the primary ball handler for your team? Are you someone, you know, who takes some questionable shots sometimes? If so, 70 pass accuracy, you're going to have to sacrifice something for that, right? Like, now if you're the primary ball handler, it's, you know, you could be either one of these builds, but it's a better chance that you're on this build. Just look at this build. And I'm going to put one out that is as well-rounded and I feel like is effective in every category. Probably not defense on my 6'2" one. I'm going to drop a 6'6" one as well. What I just showed was grinding 6'8", but I'm going to drop a 6'6" likely. I think if you want a 6'8", grinding's right there. You know, there's no dollar in it for me. If grinding has a good 6'8", I'm going to tell you to go look at grindings, and I'm telling you to go look at grindings if you're interested in a 6'8". Tweak it to how you feel you want to play, but you know, grinding has a very good start on one if you're interested. But anyways, my point is, I'm going to try to make one as, you know, well-rounded in every sort of category to fit my play style. Outside of defense, like I said, on the 6'2", probably not going to happen. Because you got to sacrifice things. You know, 95 ball handle. On a 6'2", you might as well, you know, get the sauce, right? But you know what I'm saying? Speed with ball, I'd probably take that up. I want this to be higher. Where do I sacrifice, right? For me, we might go down 4 on the driving dunk. You know, we might, you know, how do things look if I take the wingspan down a little bit? You know, is anything different, you know, 6'1" or 6'3" or 6'4"? You know what I'm saying? You guys get what I'm saying? Take the vertical down a couple. We'll see. We got to see. Can the 92 3-pointer stay? You know, can I go down to an 86 driving dunk, or is it an 89? You know, I probably gotta hit finish on the build, go in and see what the attribute requirements are for the animations in the item shop. I'm talking like I've been playing some Fortnite recently, but anyways. That's the sort of thing I'm going to be doing for you guys. Is when I lab up this build, I'm probably going to hit finish on the build, you know, a few times and start on my career, so I can go in and actually see, you know, each animations, look at the animations and see. And I'll probably when I see the animation requirements, I'll probably be like, okay, let me go use that player on blacktop. Let me see what that contact dunk animation looks like. Let me see what that moving crossover. Let me see what that moving behind the back. Let me see what those look like when I'm actually using them. So that's something that's what I'm gonna be doing for y'all. That's why it's going to take me probably 2.5 hours when I get to New Zealand in the morning on Thursday. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. But, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap things up for the video, y'all. I love y'all so much. God bless. I thank y'all so much for watching. Like I said, if you feel it on your heart to help a bro out, it doesn't cost you a cent. Drop a like, sub to the channel. We're going crazy in 2K24. I'm already uploading on YouTube practically daily. It's probably going to be, you know, daily uploads and then maybe some double uploads on 2K24. You already know we're daily uploads on going crazy with the clips and the my career trolling and stuff over there. So yeah, I love y'all so much. Oh, I'm gonna have to edit that out. I just said the T-app. I don't even know if you can do that on here. But yeah, anyways, God bless y'all. I love y'all so much. I'll catch you in the next one.